Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Morning Soul Wake Up. I'm Luann. Happy Friday. I'm so glad you're here with me, and I am so thankful today is Friday. God, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm not going to do an affirmation so much as I'm going to talk about ego. So let's just kind of jump into this card so you can kind of understand where we're going with this, okay? Awareness of ego. The ego often disguises itself as our protector, but can act as a barrier to genuine connections. Becoming aware of when your ego is in play can be transformative. Notice how your ego reacts when you receive criticism or praise. Reality check. Next time you feel defensive or overly proud, ask yourself, is that your ego talking? What happens when you set it aside? Okay. So on your spiritual growth, right, ego can play a huge part in blocking growth and development, can block issues in, transforming, to your higher self, can also block relationship issues, can block financial issues, can block career issues because you become so defensive and you're not accepted to what's being said to you or what's being provided to you or things that are being presented to you so you can grow, right? Or you can develop in different aspects of your life. So you have to be careful with your ego. You can't allow your ego to speak for you, right? So, and that is a huge that's a huge part of spiritual growth is ego. Because you'll find that you can't develop and you can't grow and you can't balance and align because there is that negative higher self that is speaking for you or creating a huge blockage. So I want to read a domicile moon, which is abundance. Okay. An abundance of good things in all shapes and forms. It seems you found a place in life. You feel at home in your current situation. You feel at home, or even if you don't feel quite at home yet, good things are coming. With the moon as well placed as she is in this card, an abundance of loveliness may surely follow. Remember, abundance follows your frequency. When you draw this card, it suggests you've tapped into the right frequency to match whatever is that you want to achieve. An abundance of good things might include more cash coming to you, or perhaps an abundance of love. Good feelings between you and another person you love or people that you just love in general. If you're worried about your financial situation, this card reminds you that you have whatever it takes to generate the cash you want. If you're wondering about moving a house, this card also certainly suggests to stay where you are for now. If you are asking about a relationship, it appears you beloved actually are fairly well suited. Additional meanings for this card. Take a trip home. You fit in. It's time to express your full potential. Home is where the heart is, and stay where you are. About this symbol throughout the deck, we see the moon representing our emotions. See those emotions? Sometimes the condition of the moon is challenging, and therefore our situation is challenging. And sometimes everything as it should be, as with this card, which represents the moon in Cancer. Okay, so I love the way that this card and the ego kind of tie together. Okay, because this does kind of represent the change of the moon, which is the change of your emotions. And when your ego does speak to you, or when your ego speaks for you more than speaks to you, it can actually power your emotions and cause you to have your emotions speak for you, and then therefore your ego takes over. Then your ego is like, well, I've got the car, right? I've got the driver's seat, and I'm just going to power through this. And then what happens is it's like an ego trip, kind of right? You get somebody who's kind of really proud of themselves, and they're really, condescending, or they don't like criticism. Again, like we talked about, they don't like criticism. They don't like comments that may not fit their lifestyle, may not fit who they are. But in fact, it's a protectiveness, right? It's almost like a shield. It's like, I don't want anybody in. I don't want anybody to tell me anything different than what I know, because I'm not acceptant to anything else in my life. Like, this is who I am, and I'm putting a mask on. So the ego is driving you, and you can't have your ego drive you, because then when things are coming at you, like, love and your finances needing to change, or your career needing to change, or your job, or whatever the aspect in your life is, your ego cannot drive you, right? You need to allow your spiritual high self to guide you. And your emotions you need to keep in check, Because if you don't, then your ego is going to take over, and then your emotions are going to become completely out of whack, and then you're not going to be able to navigate through any situation you're in, right? So just like the card had suggested, and take a reality check, right? If somebody comes at you and they're giving you criticism or praise, where is your ego? Where is your ego defining the situation? Is your ego driving the communication back? Is your ego causing you to block what's coming at you? Because corrective criticism is one of the most powerful tools you can imagine in life. For a long time, I didn't like it so much. I was like, wait, what did you say to me? Like, did you just criticize me? But in fact, one of the reasons why I grew so much as a manager for so many years and owning my own business and being a district manager and being a GM or whatever my position was corrective criticism, was somebody pointing out the things in my life and in my career that I needed to change, because I put that block up because I didn't allow people to tell me that I wasn't doing something right, instead of accepting that maybe I could have had some wiggle room, been like, well, that really did work. Like my way was really causing me more work. I wasn't working harder. I wasn't working smarter. I was working harder. And in essence, you don't want to work harder. You want to work smarter. So when people were giving me corrective criticism later on in life, I was like, oh, thank you for that, because I needed that, right? So you want criticism. And what does praise do you? Sometimes praise feels really good, and sometimes praise doesn't feel really good. It almost makes you feel like somebody's maybe being condescending, right? Because if somebody praises you and you already feel like, well, I'm already good at what I do, why are you praising me? Like, are you being condescending? Are you mocking me? So put your ego in check. Find out where your ego is, because clearly there's a blockage. And so allow your higher self to take over, allow to control your emotions, and listen. Listen to what people are saying before you allow your ego to drive the car, okay? You'll do much better when you allow your ego to take the back seat, right, and let your spiritual self drive. Because when you let somebody, or your ego, who's emotional and protective and arrogant and obnoxious and condescending and all these things drive the car, I don't know if I want to get in the car with somebody like that. I'm going to be like, I'll take an Uber, thank you, right? But when you pull back and you allow your spiritual self, who has control of their emotions, that's the person you want in the driver's seat, right? That's who you want the person who's reactive, right? Who can step on the brake really quick, right? Turn the wheel faster so nobody hits you. That's what we're talking about. Don't let your ego drive. Let your spiritual self drive. The one who's got control of the emotions, right? The one who's allowed to say, hey, listen, thank you for that, information. Thank you for that criticism. Thank you for that praise, because that just accelerated me to want to improve. That accelerated me to want to achieve better, right? Not the ego who's going, I don't know what you just said to me, but I already knew what I was doing, so I'm just going to keep on doing me. Well, sometimes you just can't keep doing you. Don't let your ego drive you, because believe it or not, an ego can really destroy any relationship. So when somebody's ego is taking over, you'd be surprised how quick a relationship will just hit the ground, because that's not what you want driving that relationship, right? So, okay. Happy Friday. And so for the month of July, we're going to do tons of giveaways, right? We're going to have lots of gifts to give away, journals and shirts and all kinds of stuff that's got Morning Soul Wake Up merchandise on it. And I just got bit by an ant. Oh my God, that's crazy. And so lots of giveaways, lots of fun, lots of excitement for the month of July. It's going to feel like Christmas in July. So if you want to be a part of the giveaways, you got to put your email, you have to, on this video, and I don't know what I'm saying right now, on this video, just comment July giveaway, and please make sure you're a subscriber, and please make sure you actually have a real, YouTube subscriber name, because if it's like some crazy wackadoo name, I'm not really sure you're a subscriber or you're real. So, but whatever. Anyway, July giveaways, lots of fun, lots of excitement. We're going to give away affirmation cards. We're going to give away shirts. We're going to give away journals. We're going to give away oracle cards. It's going to be so much fun. So comment down below. You want to be a part of the July giveaway. Make sure you're a subscriber. I love you guys. Happy Friday. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your night and control your ego. Let your spiritual self take over. You got this, guys. I love you. Bye.